Namaste and welcome to today's live session. So I was asked to talk a little bit about anxiety. So today I'll talk a little bit about that, and then we'll do a come to go meditation where we can learn to just let our thoughts go instead of holding on to the thoughts. There's one thing that this coronavirus and this pandemic is bringing out in people, and that's anxiety. We're not sure of what's going to happen. I mean, here in India, I think we've got 8 more days left of the lockdown, but then what? So there's a lot of anxiety behind that. We don't know what is happening. It's completely out of our control. We're not sure who's got it, how we get it. There's so much that is unsure for us, and this builds up anxiety in us. So when we start to feel anxious, the last thing we should do is try to push through it, because you'll just make the anxiety worse. The more you try to deny it, suppress it, push yourself through it, the stronger the anxiety will get. So there's one practice called stop, and that's exactly what we should do when we have anxiety. We should stop. So the S stands for stop what you're doing. So whatever it is you're doing, whenever you feel starting to feel anxious, just stop what you're doing. The T stands for take 3 deep calming breaths. So the 5, 6, 7 breath that we've been doing here, you breathe in through the nose to the count of 5, hold for the count of 6, and then breathe all the air out for the count of 7. So T stands for take 3 slow calming breaths. That just brings you into the present moment. It just brings you nice and relaxed. And the O in stop is observe. So just observe what is happening. What is going on? Why am I feeling anxious? What is it? What situation am I in that is making me feel anxious? And what can I do about it? So the O, actually, we need to acknowledge, accept, and then help ourselves through it. So the O stands for observing. We observe what's going on, and how we do this is that we first of all, we accept I have this anxiety at the moment. That's our first step. Then we acknowledge it's there. Don't try to deny it, that there is this anxiety at the moment, and I accept and I acknowledge that. So once we've done that, then we can see, then how can I help myself through? What do I need to do? So this is a personal thing. What do I need to do? Because for some people, it may be just go and have a bit of fresh air, have a cup of tea, read a book, do something that takes you away from what is causing this anxiety. So the O is observe what is going on. And once we've observed it and we've helped ourselves through it, then the P is we can proceed. But this time we're doing it in a more mindful way. So a lot of anxiety comes about when we're not actually present in the moment. Your anxiety comes when you just allow your mind to go off to the future. Oh, what if we all get coronavirus? What if people close to me get coronavirus? What if I lose my job? I mean, these are all real things, but just thinking about them is going to cause us anxiety. We can't deal with things when we're just projecting them, when it's just an imagination, an illusion. We don't know what is going to happen. So the more we think about what is going to happen, the more that anxiety gets stronger in us. So when we're being mindful, we're just present. What is happening now? I can deal with what is happening now. So it may be that right now it's not a good time, but okay, this is what's happening. What do I need to do to help myself through it? So we can do that when we're present in the moment. We can't do that when we're telling ourselves stories, when we're getting anxious about the future, when we're just imagining the worst scenario. So we just get more and more anxious. When that happens, stop. Take 3 calming breaths and just observe. Observe what is happening to you. Observe that it's anxiety. Acknowledge, accept, and help yourself through it. And then you can proceed, but this time you have more control and you're present in the moment. So don't try to push through anxiety. Try to remember this stop, S-T-O-P. I mean, it's such a great exercise. And a lot of the time, when it's not, too drastic anxiety, then usually we can just do the S and T. We just stop and take 3 breaths, and then we calm down, and then we're not so anxious. So sometimes you don't even have to do the whole practice. Just the S and the T is enough to calm us down. But please, one thing that I need to stress is don't try to push through this. It is just not going to work. And if you keep becoming overwhelmed by anxiety, then talk to somebody, talk to a friend, get in touch with somebody, discuss it. Don't try to bottle it up. There is absolutely nothing to worry about when you have anxiety. It's not a stigma. It's not that there's something wrong with you. We actually all have anxiety. I mean, and a little bit of anxiety gives us that push. You know, when you've got to maybe do a presentation at work, or you've got to talk in front of a group of people, or you've got an exam. So a little bit of anxiety gives us that push, gives us that little jolt that we need to perform better. So anxiety is there. I mean, if we didn't have anxiety, then the human race would have been wiped out many, many, many years ago. So anxiety is with us, and in small doses, it's fine. It's when it keeps coming and repeatedly keeps coming and it stays for a long period of time, that's when it starts to become a problem for us. So do the stop practice and just stop, and don't try to push through the anxiety. Okay. Another thing that we can do is when we've got these anxious, negative and destructive thoughts, we can let them go. And that's what this meditation practice we're going to do today is. It's come to go. The thoughts come, we let them go. Okay? So let's sit comfortably. I think I've spoken enough for today. So sit nice and comfortably, back straight, put your hands where you need to put them to be relaxed and comfortable, and then lightly close your eyes. And to begin with, we'll start by doing these 3 calming breaths, the 5, 6, 7 breath. So breathe in slowly and deeply through your nose and hold the breath. And breathe the air out through your mouth. Breathe in, hold, and breathe out. One more time, breathe in, hold, and breathe out. And now just breathe normally. And just focus your awareness on the breath as it flows into the nose and flows back out again. And just leave your focus on that for a moment. So continue to leave your focus on your breath. Now I want you to imagine yourself standing next to a stream. So just picture yourself standing by the stream. And while you're standing by the stream, I want you to take a good look around you. What can you see? And now I want you to listen for any sounds that you might be able to hear. And take a few deep breaths in and just see what smells there are. And now I want you to sit down on the grass. And with your right hand, just feel the grass. Just see what the grass feels like. And now just feel the warmth of the sun on your face. And that warmth going all the way through your body. Just making you feel calm, peaceful, and relaxed. So now all around you are leaves that have fallen from the trees. And I want you to imagine that every thought that comes into your mind, I want you to take that thought, put it on a leaf, just put it in the stream, and just watch it float out of sight. So for the next minute or so, just do that with every thought, whether they're good thoughts, happy thoughts, or sad thoughts. Whatever the thought, just place it on a leaf and watch it float down the stream. Remember, thoughts are just thoughts. They're not who you are. They don't define you. They're not necessarily true or real. They're just a thought. So place them on the leaf and then just let them float out of sight down the stream. Thoughts are just a process of the mind, so there's no need for us to follow every thought. A thought has no power unless we engage with the thought. So continue to put your thoughts on a leaf and just see them float off down the stream. Whenever you're feeling anxious, fearful, or having negative thoughts, then just imagine yourself putting them on a leaf and just letting them float out, right out of your sight, down the stream. Maybe there are other things you want to let go of, emotions, negative situations you found yourself in, experiences, whatever you want to let go of. Just now place them on a leaf and just let them float off down the stream. And now just gently bring your awareness back to your breathing again. And now I want you to just very slowly start to open your eyes, but look down on the floor And just sit there a moment looking down at the floor, just allowing yourself to be brought back into the room. And when you're ready, you can slowly start to move your head up. So whenever you have anxious thoughts or becoming overwhelmed by your thoughts, becoming fearful or panicking, it's a good practice to do just to sit quietly, close your eyes, and just imagine that these negative or anxious thoughts you're putting on a leaf, and just gently see them float off down the stream. Remember that thoughts have no power unless you engage with them. They are just a process of the mind. A thought is just a thought. These are the things you need to keep in your mind. And when you're feeling anxious, then the more that you think about that, the more you get entangled in that, then the more the anxiousness grows. So just imagine you're putting those anxious thoughts on a leaf and letting them go. So if you have any other meditation practices you would like me to do, if you have any questions you'd like me to answer, then please leave a comment. Also, leave a comment and just say hi and where you're from. I always like that. And share the video. If you think that you know somebody that is a little anxious or, OCD or a little bit overwhelmed by this whole situation, and I mean, who wouldn't be overwhelmed by it, then just share this video with them. So tomorrow I'll be back exactly the same time. Not sure what meditation I'll be doing tomorrow. If you leave a suggestion, then I'll be doing that one. Okay, so then it'd be a nice surprise for you tomorrow. Okay, so thank you very much for tuning in today, and stay safe and stay home. Namaste.